Hey guys, welcome to Quantity Over Quality episode 2. I'm Ethan. He's Bailey. Welcome to the show.
Get this started.
All right. So, last episode, kind of just jumped into things. We didn't really get to tell you who we were, things like that. I'm Ethan Likens. I was born and raised in Amanda, Ohio, small little town right there, village of 1,000 people. Bailey too, same area. I've been in the U.S. Army for about 4 years now. I'm a surgical technologist, and I'm stationed over in Maryland. So yeah, that's what I've been doing the last few years. Bailey, over to you.
All right, Leon, like he said, Amanda, small town. I currently, just working at the gym, YMCA. Nothing too crazy, but start my real, we said this last episode, but, starting my career in real estate. So hoping to get that kicked
He's
off.
also a full-time student in college.
About to graduate.
About to graduate with a bachelor's in comms, right?
Yep, communications related area, electronic media.
He's doing it all, guys. So Bailey and I have been best friends since like 3 years old. I remember I moved over to his house next door, and how we met was kind of really just weird. You want to tell him about that?
Talk about the lightsaber?
Yeah, we're talking about the lightsaber, bro.
All right, so yeah, just see these people moving stuff in, and be a good time for me to tell while you figure out your shit. Okay, so
yeah.
New kids, come in. I just see this kid about my age, a little weird looking, but I'm like, hey, he's a good little fella. And I try to get him naturally as like a 4-year-old dude, get him to play, and he just runs straight in the house. And his mom goes, "No, he's a little shy. You get to know you." And next thing you know, I just see this kid. I'm rushing out with 2 lightsabers, and I'm just like, rest is history.
And that right there, ladies, was the start. Something special. Maybe
all right, so High School Musical.
Yeah, last week, episode 1, we started off with the death of DMX, and I don't like where this trend is going, but
gotta start with death again.
Guess who died not too long ago? Hi, welcome to Chili.
The fact that we just...
Hi, welcome to Chili.
Oh my god, I cannot believe we just did that at the same time.
He was dude, I mean, if I think about it, like that video is pretty old. Probably like less
like back in like the Vine classic days.
Yeah, but he's young, right?
No, yeah, he's in his 20s. I think he had a twin too, which is something I just never knew about the guy.
How old was he?
I don't know actually. Like, I'm assuming he was probably like in his 20s or something like that.
Dude, 24. He died. Vine star Adam Perkins, behind the viral "Welcome to Chili's" video, has died at the age of 24.
That's not much older than us, dude. Bad.
No. Yeah, that is.
I'm glad we're getting this out of the way now.
Well, I think so. He's half the age of DMX. So, like, is next week someone at the age of 12 and a half gonna die?
Is it a conspiracy?
Speaking of conspiracies,
I regretted saying that word.
Speaking of conspiracies, we have a conspiracy theory that we disagree on, and it's pretty heated conspiracy theory.
It's come close to. I mean,
some full-on
friendships we form are strong.
Yeah.
It started to, this and one other debate has tested the limits of what we call a friendship here.
Yeah, so this conspiracy, that loosens it a little.
This is one me and you are on
with us, but we have an argument with our other best friend Alex that Bailey and I have the same side on, so that where we lose, it comes back together.
That'd be.
But yeah, we're gonna have Alex on for an episode for that. There might be a whole fucking episode, honestly, because
2-parter, dude. I don't know.
It gets bad.
I feel like we need to bring out the science for that one. But anyway, we're on this one.
Yeah, so this one, there's a big conspiracy and it's very popular. It's called Paul is Dead, as in Paul McCartney, like a member of the Beatles. Everyone. I don't know if everyone knows the Beatles, or at least I think the Beatles.
Yeah, and then you know Paul. I mean, everybody.
You should. Yeah. And I remember stumbling across a conspiracy website that was like Paul McCartney is dead and was replaced by a twin, and I fully believe it.
That
And I
addictive
tried to show
personality.
Bailey. I tried to show Bailey, and yeah, he just didn't buy it.
It just makes zero
It
sense.
makes a lot of sense though, because think about it, right? So you got to think, right? The Beatles at the time in so he supposedly died in 1966, right? So as the Beatles were happening, Vietnam was happening, right? And the Beatles had such an influence on the world that if a member of the Beatles died, like honestly, Vietnam probably would have kept going. Who knows what would have happened? Like the Beatles is what kept the world together and what honestly helped in Vietnam War, I think, because like they sang songs about peace. They helped people protest with peace and all this stuff and against
All you need
war
is
and all
love.
this. And think about it, if they were to be like, hey, like a member of the Beatles has died, like the Beatles is over essentially. And
I'm not saying that. Do you have like the conspiracy pulled up?
no, I don't, but I can
And
pull it
say
up.
do it. That way we can like hit the specific points and we're just going from memory. But I'm not saying like it doesn't make sense in the sense that it could happen. I mean, that's what you can make anything make sense. I mean, you start throwing in some logic to it. I mean, like
Cheers.
10 minutes, shot every 10. No,
No, we're not going to do that. That was terrible. We
but it's just a terrible idea. But you can make anything make sense. That's what conspiracies are. And
I swear, if you bring up Barack Obama being a lizard as your debate, I'll kill you.
Dude, that would ruin my argument. I'm not gonna bring that up. But anyway, Mark Zuckerberg, the dude's a lizard. So, no, I'm just what I'm saying though. But like even those conspiracy theories, the ones that are out of this world, like insane. There's no way.
Are you saying Paul McCartney is dead is an out of this world conspiracy theory?
No, well, maybe, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you can make the most out of this world one make sense because you can draw strings with logic and get it to make sense. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not saying it doesn't like it's not plausible. I just think you're an idiot if you believe it.
Okay.
And it's mainly honestly the main issues I have. And it's the same thing with the other debate. It's just the things that you bring up. I'm just like, it's a stretch.
Okay. First of all, the main one, the biggest part of this conspiracy, is their album Abbey Road, and that's the album where they're walking across the street, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, that I don't understand how that's a stretch because like let's just look over it.
He's not wearing shoes.
No, but there's more to it, all right? Like
but that's
the first guy, he is the preacher. The second guy is the morgue guy. I don't know what they call those guys. Do you know what they call them?
Like the mortician. I'm throwing out words. That's a word. Don't know if it's the right one.
And he's dressed in all black. The first guy's dressed in all white. Paul, third guy, is dressed in all black, like most people are when they die. And he's got a cigarette pointed at the ground, and he's also wearing no shoes, which is how most people are like buried. And then the fourth guy is dressed in all blue and jeans because he's the guy that digs up the grave. I mean,
okay, and I'm not arguing like the way I look at that though, like because I mean, yeah, and maybe that's what they were going for, but those album covers are pieces of art, right? And a lot of the best art tell stories and get people talking. People are still talking about that to this day. So in my eyes, what I think that is just genius.
they planned it.
I don't think they planned it to go as big and as crazy. I think they planned something like this. So like, hey, I got this idea. Like, let's have it. Because I saw an interview. I don't believe him saying this, and that kind of goes in your direction. He says he just forgot to wear shoes that day. Like he only had like flip flops, and that's why. But what I really
Not buying it.
I don't buy it either. I think that was just him kind of feeding into the conspiracy. I think it was all planned. Like they had like a vision for it. And they wanted to like have like a story told through it, you know?
Oh, also, in the slug bug in the background of the album, on the license plate, it says 28-ish, which is the age that he would have been dead.
See, and that's where I think, in my opinion, it's one of two things. It's either them be like creating this fabricated story to get people talking, to get people, because I mean I don't know what the world was like. I don't know how like conspiracies were being developed back then, but I mean if they were a popular thing back then, it'd be a perfect opportunity to get people talking and just to make them even more popular. What better way to get like popularity than to story like that, you know? People are
That's
still talking
true.
about this, to this day. And then like another part of the thing that, like the whole it being played in reverse, saying like, what did it say? Is
Paul's dead.
that what it
Paul,
said?
Paul is dead, or something like that, where it's
I saw
like
it the other. I don't think it
I
says
buried Paul or something like that.
anyway. That's
And then on one of the albums, um, I want to say I can't remember what album it was. So right here, White Album, right? Drop the needle vinyl right for so. I'm so tired and spun backwards to hear the words "Paul is dead, man. Miss him, miss him."
and like my thing with that is that's been done all the time. Like people hiding messages and stuff backwards, and it was a popular thing to get people. People start playing every record backwards because it was seen a lot in like heavy metal, like which is after the fact, but like in like heavy metal stuff, like play backwards, it's like seance kind of stuff. Like so, I don't know. Do I
Um,
think?
okay,
Go ahead.
are you ready for this? This is what I think is going to happen, right? I think when Paul McCartney, okay,
I
the
know what
fake
you're
Paul,
gonna say. No, I know
when he
exactly.
dies, I think this motherfucker is going to have a tell-all where he says, "Hey guys, this whole time I was a clone, and I was not a clone, but I was a fake." And Paul McCartney actually died in 1966 at age 27, 28. And it's going to be the biggest tell-all in all of fucking history, and the world's going to go insane.
And then Tupac's gonna come out from behind, it's like, "Sup, never died."
Yeah, he's going to. Tupac's still alive.
I'd respect that. And if that happened, I'd be like, all right.
Now, I
No
don't
problem.
know
Still
much
good.
about Tupac with like his death, but
I
I
don't.
hear a lot that like Biggie did it. But I have a friend who says, "Fuck Tupac. Biggie didn't do shit."
Story for
This is
another
the
day.
friend that you played Monopoly against and you strongly grew a hatred for when you came and visited in Maryland.
The one who ruined my freaking game.
Yeah, that guy. And then when we won, because we played Monopoly House Divided, which is a political Monopoly version, and he took over for me as I went to go pick up somebody.
The dude's
And
good.
I came back, and I was back in my spot, and he was my VP. And so when we won, he looked at me and says, "We did it, Joe."
Good.
Yeah, we did it. So Paul McCartney's dead. Avril Lavigne, honestly, she could be dead too.
No.
We
I don't
don't
even want
have
to
to.
get into that one. No, that one's just as stupid, if not worse. But anyway, honestly, the real thing, the biggest part that I get lost from in that Paul McCartney is he was replaced with the lookalike contest winner. I'm like, really?
I'm gonna fact check you on that.
It's 100%. Like I'm not saying it's the main theory, but it's one of the theories how they say like how they would have replaced them so well. It was they took the winner of a lookalike contest, and it's like I can't remember his name. It was something. I was
Paul
reading it the
McCartney.
other day.
But I mean, you also gotta think, right? This is the Beatles. Like, this is the number one band of all time, right? No one has more albums sold than the Beatles, right? Do you imagine the power that they had, the money, the access to things that they had that other people don't have?
You're trying to convince me that they couldn't have done. They could have done it.
Absolutely,
I'm not saying they couldn't have done it. I just don't think they did.
they did it.
I don't think they could have done it so well that it's still only labeled a conspiracy.
I think it's only a conspiracy because
I think the best way to go
one,
about this.
people don't want it to be. Two, the world will fall apart if it was found out to be true. And then three, like the Beatles would just be unlegitimized now, you know?
All right, I'm gonna close this debate because I don't think we're
Okay.
gonna get anywhere. But
Fair
I
enough.
think the best way, if you really like, if I want to put myself in the best position to be convinced and have my mind changed, would be we both sit down and just get all the fixes. Honestly,
Right.
I want to see a progression of a before and after.
Just fight.
Huh?
Fight.
We're gonna fight. That's how we're gonna decide it.
I want a combat by trial. I want a trial by combat.
It'd been so cooler if you said it right the first time. I'm not gonna lie.
I know.
If that's the case, I'm freaking choosing a champion. But anyway,
Fuck.
we'll have to see.
Who's your champion? That's the real question. Who is your champion?
Like real person or like we going?
Yeah, if you were to be put on trial and you were like, I want trial by combat because that's still a thing in this world, in our world that exists, in our world. Who is your champion? Now, well, how about we do this, right? One is a person, like just a human
Person
being,
around
and
us,
then the
okay.
other is like a superhero.
Like basically, we just no limits on the other one. It could be anybody.
Yeah, no limits on the other one.
All right.
So who's your human?
So it's got to be somebody I personally know, or does that have to be just a real person?
Real person.
All right, I got it. You know what it's gonna be? John Cena.
No. Why? Because I can't see him.
I don't want to bring up an old joke, but have you seen the dude? It'd be John Cena or The Rock, honestly.
Quantity over quality. The Rock was one of my choices.
Well, got to it first.
Okay, so you know who mine is?
Hmm.
Now, does it have to be their age now or at their prime?
I'm gonna say age now because
Fuck.
just we're going like if it happened right now, you had to choose.
Okay.
Who's it gonna be though? I'm curious.
Well, I was gonna say Chuck Norris or Jason Statham.
Chuck Norris now, I still would have been a little concerned about that pick. I mean, like, dude,
But like,
he's got freaking a fist for a chin,
Chuck
bro.
Norris is like 90, bro. Jason Statham's like in his 70s. Sylvester Stallone's like 70. He's like looking like shit.
Jason Statham is in his 70s.
60s. Let's fact check me.
Yeah,
I don't know how
because I'm either gonna be shocked or I'm gonna think you're kind of a dumb.
Kind of a dumb.
Yeah, no, that was intentional.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna pick
56.
56. All right, he's a senior citizen.
No, I didn't look it up. I'm just guessing.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna pick Shaq.
Why?
Because Shaq is like 7'1", and he's like 350 pounds, and I think he would shit on John Cena.
You're gonna come prepared with like icy hot for afterwards.
In the last few years, he's been getting into WWE, so I think Shaq and those 9-foot hands and that 40-foot foot will give me a run for my money.
Interesting pick. You know what? I'll take it. Jason Statham, 53, by the way. You had him 17 years older.
Okay, I said 70 something, and then I switched it down to 60. And then I switched it down to 60, so like 10, 12.
I still can't believe. We gotta move, dude. That's gonna hurt my brain the rest of the night.
Oh, okay.
Years old.
Superhero or person, anybody, who would you pick as your champion?
You go first on this one. We got time to think. Tough one.
So I wish I could call on my friend Hickey, and we could just go through people.
Yeah, like phone a friend was just like.
Yeah, because like he could be like Dark Shield or all these guys like this.
See, well, it makes it
Marvel Universe where they like snap and like they can end everything.
That's what I'm saying. What I mean? Like that's what makes the limits so hard because it's like depends on how you look at the world.
Pick a guy that literally can just like end the world.
That's what I was gonna say. Like I just be like God. Be like.
I was just about to say Zeus.
Let's just get out of the realm of gods.
Okay. All right. So I can't include myself now. A superhero. I would pick. This is a tough question.
I know. I really hope we had answers.
Real on the stumper right now. Let's go Thor. Man, he's a god.
All right, screw it. Game of Thrones universe. We gotta narrow it down.
Game of Thrones. Okay.
I don't know why we didn't start that to begin with.
I like that. Yeah, Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones character. Who am I picking? Arya Stark.
Okay, I mean she killed the Night King, so
that's my champion.
Arya Stark. Okay. Who am I gonna choose? Honestly, it's the
Viper.
No.
The guy that got his skull crushed from the giant?
Pedro Pascal?
Pedro Pascal?
Pedro Pascal. No,
good.
I'm going to choose the man who drank milk from giant. And by that, I mean...
The redheaded guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to find his name. It's like
Dude, he's got
Tormund.
quite. Yeah, that's right.
Dude, hands down, he's like one of my favorite characters, and I would, in a heartbeat, choose him.
You know who I almost picked?
Who?
Bran. I know he's a crippled, but he's the three-eyed raven.
I think there's more to his story than we don't,
I think
That makes
there
sense.
deserves to be a spin-off. Also, if you guys haven't seen, it's the Iron Anniversary, which is 10 years of Game of Thrones last season. I am hoping for a reshoot of season 8 because like season 8 wasn't terrible, right? So it wasn't terrible, but like think about it. There was so much buildup of Jon Snow's character and the Night King and preparing for winter is coming and all this shit. And then the Night King dies 3 episodes in the last season. And then Cersei, like I thought when the Night King came, Cersei was going to be just like not a problem to worry about anymore and like a side villain. But in the end, she's the main villain again. And like she gets to do her happy ending and die with her lover, her fucking brother. And she's the main villain. And then like they just like they show Daenerys just flip to a bad person like that. Like
there was a lot of foreshadowing for that though. But this brings me on to a good point. So I mean, I wouldn't say I was disappointed with it. I was just underwhelmed. I think everything happened too fast. I think they could have made a longer season of it. But so
Jon Snow just killed Daenerys, just like.
Yeah, but did you see that coming?
No, but
anyway, all right. So that brings me on to a good point though. So like, because there are a large amount of people requesting a redo, and for the longest time,
we want the Snyder cut.
But that is as good as I love. Like as much as I love the Snyder cut, and I definitely think they should continue on that path, like continue that universe, which they can with like multiverse stuff. But the bad thing about them actually doing that, and I've thought this the whole time.
What, the Snyder cut?
Yeah, the bad thing about them doing the Snyder cut.
Did we just forget about Game of Thrones? What just happened?
No. I'm going back to it. It's
okay,
because you're
okay.
wanting to do the same thing. You're wanting to pull a Snyder cut. The bad thing about them doing that, and if they were to do that with the Game of Thrones, is because honestly, I'd argue like maybe not with Zack Snyder, not like Justice League, because very bad, but it's like it opens up this can of worms. It's like now if people don't like what they get, they'll outcry enough to always get what they want, like what they want, and it's like,
well, that's just how the world is now.
I know, but it's like that's dangerous, even on the any level, political, media.
Like if you're the one person complaining, right, you're looked at so wrongly and down on. But as soon as you get more people to complain with you, then things change. Which is like
it's scary because like
I don't like it at times. Which I agree with what you're saying.
Just like because a lot of times it's not going to take a majority; it's going to take a loud minority to change things like that.
You're no. I mean, I wouldn't want it to be changed.
I wouldn't want it to happen all the time.
I was just disappointed with how, as soon as the Night King arrived,
oh no, for sure, and
he died so quickly. When like literally they spent 7 seasons preparing for this motherfucker.
That's the one thing
and then he showed up, and then like, I mean, granted, it was dope as fuck how she killed him, and that was the coolest thing ever. But like, it all happened way too fast.
I think the best way to salvage that would be a continuation of some sort where they better explain things or find a way to like show that wasn't the end of all of that. Like it may have. But another thing too is the books are about to come out that cover, because the books, the show surpassed the book. So that's true. The book that goes over that. Honestly, in the book there is no Night King.
What is there?
There's just, you got the White Walkers, and you think there's potentially somebody leading them, but only in the show has there ever been a Night King, like a pointed out one. Now there probably will be, but
the Night King was so dope. Oh, I don't know why I didn't pick the Night King as my champion.
Well, you picked Arya, and I couldn't pick him now because I mean we have evidence that who was going to win.
Arya killed the Night King. Yeah, because you said if I go first, and if I would have chosen Night King, you would have just chose Arya, and then I would have just been fucking, my throat would have been slit. Someone would have just came and slit my throat immediately on scene.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, so that's what I think. I think if they were to keep doing like redos and stuff, it's just Could open up this can of worms.
That's true. I was just I mean, but I think I think helped kind of cover it is he had such a cool death that I think that helped. Like, it put some makeup on the bruise, and like if it was a lame death, they would have got shit on even more. You know what I mean? But I did like how they made Theon. It was like Bran was like, "You're a good man, Theon.
You're a good man," and he just.
I'm sorry. What's his name?
Spoiler, by the way.
What? Dude, the show's been out forever.
I know. I mean,
I don't care. What's the bastard calls him that after he tortures him? He calls him something. I can't remember what he calls him. Whack. I don't know.
Meek. Something. Meek. That's it.
Meek. That's right. Meek. Right. The guy with no penis. Yeah. So your champion is John Cena and Tormund. Mine is Shaq and Arya. You know the height difference between those two? She's like a fifth of his size.
Yeah, well, think about it. It's actually, it kind of comes
probably the size of her.
It's actually, how good of a story this actually be. So now this goes against my champion, but I think she would win because it'd be full circle because he defeated something bigger than him. He's the Giant Slayer. So wouldn't that be a full circle story for him to be defeated by somebody smaller than him? Did we just write season 9 of Game of Thrones?
Season 9, it's one episode.
Yeah.
standalone episode.
I'll be so pissed. Like 2 years from now, you just see like we're releasing one more episode of season 8, and it's just that.
I'd be like, I will trademark this. This right now, guys, and we want our royalties. We're not even upset if the episode gets aired. We just want our royalties.
To be honest, what I'd be most excited about? I'd be like, hey, listen to the podcast.
Can we be extras on the show? Aaron Rodgers was an extra on the show.
A lot of people were.
Ed Sheeran sings in the show. Peter Dinklage was in the show. It's crazy. How did he... I'm just kidding.
No, he was a regular guest. I can't believe they kept bringing him on.
Oh, shit.
What a little guy. It's just...
Yo, man. I just got to say, Tyrion. He's packing, dog.
What a golden SNL moment.
Gotta love Leslie Jones.
Ain't got my muffin yet, Matt.
Now can you rewire the calcinator so I can go have my muffin? Stop yelling at me.
God, what a rabbit hole we went down.
Star Wars edition.
What a rabbit hole we went down.
Yeah, I know. That was deep.
Started with the Beatles, ended with Game of Thrones.
So email us or Instagram DM us or all that kind of stuff. What you think about the Paul is dead conspiracy? What side you take? And also email or DM us who your champion is. Yeah, we're interested to hear that. And then also, if you have picked a champion, tell us why. That would be good. Also,
a homework assignment.
Yeah, homework assignment. We want it. Yeah, we want to talk about it on the next episode, on episode 3, quantity over quality, and then make sure to give us a follow on Instagram at QOQ Podcast. You can give us both a follow. Ethan_Likens, Bailey Sullivan.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also on Patreon.
Yeah, so that actually, that's a good point. So so that we have that link on our Instagram, the Buzzsprout link. Clicking that's very important because that allows you to listen to our podcast on almost any platform. It's Apple,
Spotify,
Google, Spotify.
We're on 10 platforms, guys. Apple, Spotify, Google, Pandora's pending right now.
Mm-hmm.
We submitted all that, and then like 6 other platforms, and also YouTube. And YouTube, you get to watch it, which is really cool.
Yeah, and the Patreon link is at the top right, so you can click that, and then there's a couple different subscription tiers you can choose from, as any Patreon does, and they're each worth a little bit more, but they each have their own perks. First one.
Oh yeah, have we went over and finalized all the stuff is each per month?
As of right now, yeah. I mean, subject to change eventually, but as of right now, I'll kind of go through it.
Let's go through that.
Yep, I think it's off the top of my head. The lowest one is just $5 a month, and you'll have at the end of episodes, in some form or fashion, your name will be shouted out. The second one is
Your name will be shouted out, where to follow you, all that kind of stuff. You know.
yeah, we'll honor you. The second one, I'm kind of blanking on it. You still get the shout out, and then bonus episodes. I can, but I got perfect memory. Bonus episodes. So once we get people to that point, we'll start releasing like pre-show vids and after-show vids and just kind of little extra scenes.
Yeah, because like episode 1 is an hour 13. It cuts off. We recorded almost 2 hours worth.
We just,
but it got kind of really bad because we were really fucked up.
Yeah, no, that
you heard us on the party chat on video games after the episode.
I learned how much of a dumbass I am because that was my idea to do every 10 minutes.
So Bailey looks like this, right? And then at the end of the episode, Bailey's just like talking in the mic.
I at some point I'll go and I'll screenshot.
I mean, you can notice through episode 1 how trashed we kind of get.
You're stone cold for them. I mean, like you can tell a slight difference, but
I'm stuttering. I'm speaking cursive a little.
You hold your alcohol a lot better than I do.
And it was clear. I'm just a bigger guy, you know.
It was.
That's all it is.
But anyway, so yeah, so the second tier is, man, we go on tangents a lot.
Yes.
You know, that's just us, part of the package. Second tier, the bonus episodes, Patreon. Bonus episodes, Patreon shout out. Third, this is where it really gets juicy. Yeah, you get the bonus episodes, shout out, and chance to be on your favorite podcast.
Oh yeah, that's right. You get on a waiting list to be a guest on our show. Because $20 a month. Here soon, we're gonna do probably the next couple episodes. We're gonna try to line up having guests on the show, interview guests, things like that. You know, talk about. It'll be with like friends of ours. You know. Friends of mine, friends of his, things like that, and we'll interview them, talk about certain stuff, and it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
One of the episodes we'll have Alex, our other best friend, and that's where we'll have our debate. Should we tell him what it's about, or just
here? Give him a little tease.
Okay, so the debate, we're gonna say one word.
Oh yeah, do it.
This is what the debate is about. Ready? Nesquik.
And that's where we leave it. History.
That's where we leave it. And that's with our other best friend, Alex Hoffman. We are the Tripod, like we said last time. We're going to have another podcast starting up in probably a couple years when I'm out of the military. And we're all together in person because we're going to shoot that and record that like in a studio together because we just think that that'll be better.
That'll be maximum.
Our content-wise, yeah. And we'll have some help with his girlfriend helping out with the show, things like that, and get everything together and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be a lot of fun. But we're saving that for the future. We think that'll be better content when we're all together.
That's when quality may matter more than this.
And we will call that the Tripodcast.
Tripodcast. Golden name. Patent pending.
Patent pending.
Patent
TM.
Pending. There, I promise. You don't need to look it up. It's pending.
You know what?
I
kind of like it.
Yeah. So, all right. So just moving on to new things. Jake Paul fight. What do you think about that? What are your opinions on? Like,
first of all, okay, I saw a video on Instagram, ESPN, and they just did the weigh-in tonight, right? And Jake Paul, I mean, he looks stupid as fuck, like always, right? I mean, this guy.
That's just the Paul brother.
Look, he's good at what he does because look at him. We're talking about him right now.
Yeah.
So, like, credits to him. He's good at what he does and getting people to hate him and just talk about him. But, like, I think he's going to get his ass kicked because he's going against a professional fighter, right? But also, like, this guy, Ben, whatever his name is, right? Mm-hmm. This guy shows up weighing. This guy's got a fucking gut on him. I don't know if you saw the Instagram video I sent you.
I'll pull it up now. I want to see it because is it a gut or is it a like
Bailey? It's a gut. It's
I've
bad.
Seen this dude fight before.
Full dad bod. It looks like this man is not prepared and trained for the fight whatsoever. Go to the second slide too, and you'll really see it. He is not trained or prepared for this fight whatsoever. And honestly,
which is dangerous. I mean,
I'm here for it because I think that's just a lot of confidence. He's like, I'm gonna whoop this guy's ass. Like, I don't need to train, and so like I'm just gonna kick his fucking ass. But honestly, like, it's a big risk reward. You know, it's like gambling. It's like, what if he gets his ass kicked and he's like, I didn't train? Like he's gonna use that as his excuse, but no one's gonna accredit that excuse because he's a professional MMA fighter or a professional UFC fighter. Are you looking at the gut right now? Yeah, I'm telling you, no, it was worse than what you were talking about. It's fucking.
Yeah, no, I was thinking like maybe like Joe Rogan. If you ever see him, the dude's shredded. But he's got like that puff gut. It's where like it's muscle. It's not like gut. There may be some beer gut there, but like I wouldn't want to be on the other end, like fight against Joe Rogan. My God.
Well, no, he would kick your fucking chest through your back, bro.
I mean, this is where I think maybe Jake Paul could.
I don't know. Can you see this? Like this guy's gut. You can't. Yeah, you can't see it. No. Dude. Like okay, guys. It's on Sports Center. If you go to the Sports Center page on Instagram, it's on there. I mean, this guy's got like love handles, gut.
Yeah, the front
no
view,
muscle definition. No muscle definition whatsoever. It looked like this dude shotgun like 8 beers before he went and weighed in. And he's just like, he walks in like he's got the biggest dick in the room. And I'm kind of here for it. Mainly because of that. And also because I just hope he kicks the shit out of Jake Paul. You know? What is his name? Ben Askren?
He's like Ben Affleck or
Ben Affleck.
No, not
how Bert Kreischer pronounces Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck.
It's Ben Askren. That's right. That's definitely
right.
Askren. Pam.
Pam? I think we should help out with this whole Pam situation.
Yeah.
It's Pam with 2 M's, no 1.
If you're lost, if you're lost, Step Brothers quote. Watch the movie. But yeah, so
which if you haven't seen Step Brothers, I don't want to say you should go kill yourself because you can't.
I definitely would not say that.
We'll edit that out.
But turn the podcast off right now.
But like, what the hell's wrong with you if you haven't seen Step Brothers? Like,
about Step Brother?
You guys about to see a perfect pour? I need some golf commentators right now.
Look, Essie. Look at that nice pull. It sets it up. Get the foam coming just slightly to the edge of the glass. See if you can get this. You see, finished off right here. Going for eagle.
Oh,
nice.
And he gets it. You remember?
We're dumb, dude. We're so stupid.
So every time we golf, right? Like we are absolutely garbage at golf. Like,
but I got like a rule for life for that. The best way to go about that: dress better than your skill is at golf. Because I mean, how many times? Like even when we played. We got some guys coming up behind us, and they got they're all dressed up for it. They got like the nice like polo shirts, they got a hat on, it's just like Callaway or TaylorMade. They got the glove, they got the nice bags. It's like okay, we probably won't let these guys go through because you don't want good guys behind you because they're constantly be waiting. And you let them in front of you, and what happens? They're ass. They're just so bad. But I learned from that. I'm like, so I'll just dress better than I am at golf and just. Not only will I look good, I'll look good doing it. I'll look better at golf, and people will let me go past them.
That's
genius. I know.
Yeah, it's good. The senior citizens. I really hate playing behind those guys.
Yeah. It's like not. It's like this is like
old people, bro. They really get to me. I don't know what it is. Old people really get to me. Like, I'm bothered by old people, especially, okay, let me rephrase. I'm bothered by old people that, like, are doing things that they shouldn't be doing because, like, you're like, okay, why are you golfing right now? Because, like, you could, any given moment, you could break your fucking hip.
Yeah, but of all sports, though, golf is definitely, I don't know if I agree with that. Definitely golf is, like, the one sport that you can just play all throughout life. The thing that annoys me.
You think you could play golf at 90 years old?
Yeah, probably. Okay, and 90 you might be pushing it. What I'm saying is golf. I mean, you can, if you're in the decent, and you don't have to be in great shape. If you're in decent shape, you can play golf. I mean, literally, you can just be in a golf cart 99% of the time.
Trump went golfing, and that man had a gut on him, and he looked like Key was
golfing, like that's what I'm saying. You do like you literally golf cart, drive to your ball, get up, minimal effort, swing, back in the cart.
fair enough. Fair enough.
That's what,
All
like,
out. All out.
I don't know. Yeah, like, but like my least, and this isn't even just this is just people in general. How many practice swings are you going to take before you're gonna hit that damn ball?
Oh,
Like,
I
oh
was-
my god, like, like honestly, and it's like they do all these practice swings, and then okay, it's like, man, I bet you one of those practice swings would have been 10 times better than that ball that just went
probably
straight
would have been a
below
nice
me.
cut, nice hit right there. You know.
Yeah, it's like
Um.
one, two.
So
Try to get to
you
the
know
dirt.
how we go to Topgolf and like usually I'm just like we're kind of ass at it, right? And we start with drivers and then we switch to irons because that's where we're more comfortable with and we suck at driving.
Suck ass at driving. Yeah.
So I went to Topgolf, start with drivers, switch to irons because I can't drive. Just can't do it. Dude, I was ripping dicks off on that Topgolf field, right? I mean, I was driving with an 8-iron, right? Like 185 yards, 186 yards, like consistent with an 8-iron. And like every time I hit it, I was like, oh, that shit is to the moon. And I'd be like, I look back and just be like,
Kind of like,
yeah.
Right.
yeah, I was like,
That was
that's fucking right.
Good. Hate about, like, all right, it's like, I'll finish.
I was done. Hate about what?
All right, good. What I hate about Topgolf is the way their points work. So,
Yeah, for real though.
like,
bro.
I went to Topgolf and it's just like I'm crushing some of these balls, like, and I'm playing against like my mom, my dad, and my sister. My mom gets up there, hits like
7.
that. Because she hits the ball, it goes straight to the ground, but rolls right into one of the close-up holes. It's worth so many points, and I don't understand it when I'm hitting 20 times as far.
I think
5.
I think Topgolf, right? For me to like them even more and want to go more, one, lower your fucking prices, okay?
Way too damn
It's
high.
like get over yourself, all right? Also,
You don't need to-
eliminate your corner locations, right? Because last time I was at Topgolf, I was in bay number 1, right? The bottom left corner of Topgolf. Right? You know what was right in front of me, 10 yards in front of me? A sand pit. A sand pit was right in front of us. The closest like goal, like target area was like 50 yards away, and then the one, you know, the white one, the back white, that was like 200 yards away instead of its normal like 180 because we're at such an angle. I didn't even get to discuss why. I think they need to figure out a point system for distance because every ball's tracked, right? Because they can track balls that go out
They've
the
definitely
net.
got them chipped, right?
So like, if you know where the ball lands, why can't you give me points because I drove it well? Just because I missed the target, I don't get any fucking points. I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
This should be what I think. All right.
Oh, you
Topgolf-
drove it 150 plus yards, 6 points.
Yeah, Topgolf. Listen to this because have us at least be able to choose different game modes. So like, if you want to be more target based, make it target based,
Oh,
and
okay,
then
they
you
do
can
have
switch it.
different game modes. They
Yeah,
do
but
have
it
different-
doesn't change.
But the game modes doesn't do the
It's still,
distance.
no. That's what I'm saying. They need to like change it. It's like, all right, game mode 1, location spotting. Like, all right, who can hit accurately where they want to go? And that's when I'm like, okay, you know which ones are worth more. Just hit them
Yeah,
to there.
and you
And
shouldn't
they
be able to play the game mode unless you're a professional golfer.
And then you
Well,
have the Happy Gilmore game mode, which is just crush that ball. as
Yeah,
far
and they
as you can
say
get
they're like no happy. I'm pretty sure it says no Happy Gilmore on like when you know what I mean. Like
That's like
there's
saying no Pete
birdie.
Rose slide in baseball. Come on.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Huh?
Like, do you want me to never play golf again in my life? Because I'll do it.
Yeah, like
I don't
what's
need
your deal? I won't fucking do it.
I'll start
It's
curling.
fine. Don't get me started.
It's your future.
I definitely think I could be an Olympic athlete
I think
if
that would be
I started
tiring
getting
on the
into
back.
curling. If I could get into curling, which if you don't know, curling is a winter Olympic, right?
Yeah,
Winter Olympic.
because they're on the ice and
It's like these stones and they have a handle on it. You just let it slide.
now here's the real question.
It's like shuffleboard, right? And then these guys are coming and just
Here's the real question. Who are you?
shaving the ice.
You the ice
So,
shaver?
I'm the hurler.
And then I'm the.
Absolutely. I think that would
You
work well.
absolutely.
You know how beautiful of emotion and form I would have just letting go? Like,
you would hold the motion the whole way down. Like,
oh, no, yeah, absolutely. I would literally let go and I'd just be like, and then you'd just be doing all the work. And I'm just like, until it hits.
I don't
and
stop.
stops, then
I don't stop sweeping either. Like I keep going until your next curl.
I'm here for it, dude.
And I'm there for it.
And guess what? Guess where the training center for like the USA team is for curling?
Guatemala.
Here in DC.
Is this destiny right now?
Like,
am I moving to DC and we pursue this?
Are you about to fuel my like?
Is our podcast?
Here we go again. Addictive personalities.
Is our podcast ending at episode 2 to pursue
you're
our?
You're feeding my my addictive personality, and I'll do it. I will join a curling team and I'll climb the ranks of a curling team.
I'm pretty sure I can already see Amazon in your glasses and you're already buying stuff.
That's not true. Okay. You're going to see me in the 2024 Winter Olympics or 2022, let's say 2026, 2028, whenever the next, not the next Winter Olympics, but the one after, right? So 6 years from now, the next Winter Olympics. You're going to see Ethan Likens, Team USA, first time Olympic curler.
I believe it.
Do you know what I was big on? So what's your favorite? Are you a winter or summer Olympics guy?
It's hard. I don't know. I like little bits from each. Because I'm honestly one of my go-to. I like the snowboarding.
Shaun White. Okay. Hold on. Time out real quick. Shaun White, right? One of the greatest snowboarders ever.
Best gum.
He has, a gum. Stride Shaun White gum, right? I've tweeted at Stride several times, and they get back with me saying that we want to bring back the gum to you. Well, if you want to do it so fucking bad, why don't you do it and bring back the Stride Shaun White gum? Please.
How many times have they brought back the McRib?
It's the greatest gum you guys have ever made, and I'm sick and tired of it.
It's like, how many times can McDonald's bring back the McRib? Oh, it's in season now. I didn't know McRibs could go out of season. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that.
Or like Mountain Dew, Baja Blast.
They brought that.
Why is that a seasonal thing?
It's what?
Huh? Baja Blast is a seasonal thing when it comes in bottles and cans. Granted, like you can get Baja Blast all the time at Taco Bell. But like bottles and cans, it's a springtime, summertime thing. How much Baja is there?
What even is a Baja?
Where's the blast, bro?
It's in the bottle or can.
But like, I've tweeted at Stride several times. They got back to me like, we want to bring it back to you.
They're just lying to you.
Like bring it back to me. Stop just tweeting back at me and get my hopes up because I just got replied from a verified Twitter account and I feel fucking famous. All right, bring back the fucking Shaun White Stride gum, okay? The long-lasting forever flavor gum, Shaun White, bring it back because when you open it, Shaun White's face was in it and it was beautiful. He's talking about Mountain Dews, baby.
What a guy.
So you think you're a Winter Olympics guy?
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, nice transition. I'm all for it. That was so professional. So you think you're a Winter Olympics guy? But what makes it hard is I can't remember all the different events. So in
winter you got like all snowboarding, all skiing.
See, that's what I'm all for. The
snowboarding, all ice skating.
Is skateboarding in the Olympics? Is it a summer
X Games?
Yeah, because I knew they did the X Games, the Dew Tour, and all that. So I'm gonna say
curling, bobsledding.
I'm gonna say winter because
you're a winter guy. I'm a winter guy too. But then, all right, so summer, I love swimming in summer only because Michael Phelps became the most decorated Olympian ever, which is the craziest thing ever in my life. Well, okay, I want to circle around and come back to that. Okay. In the summer, you have all the track and field events, swim, like archery, rifle, those kind of things.
When are they gonna bring back fighting to the death?
I imagine weightlifting too, right? And I think wrestling's a Winter Olympic.
Yeah,
there's weightlifting. There's powerlifting in the Olympics. Yeah,
I'm saying fighting to the death.
Oh, that's not a thing. But okay, so that's what makes me want to pick the summer is Michael Phelps and just the swimming events because like
the swim, yeah.
The most recent Summer Olympics, Michael Phelps became the most decorated Olympian ever, and he passed. What was it, Leonidas, right?
I have no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Leonidas, right? I'm gonna Google it real quick.
Wasn't Leonidas the Spartan dude?
Hold on.
Like, this is Sparta kicked the dude into the pit, which is plausible. I mean, that took place in that ballpark, but if anybody's looking for a job, we need a third-person fact checker. We'll pay you nothing, but you'll have a hell of a time.
Exactly, I was right. No, it was Leonidas, right? So
I mean,
he won the 200-meter butterfly, made him the first person to win individual swimming gold Olympics 12 years apart. But Phelps passed Leonidas for most Olympic titles, medals, or wreaths. Yeah.
So
and
they
guess
had that
how
stuff
old?
documented.
Guess how old the record was, Bailey?
Oh, I mean, if you're talking about Leonidas, that's like BC, right?
Take a guess. Yeah, it was over 2,200, almost 200 years, 2,200 years ago. That was okay. First of all, that's the longest record ever.
And why are we not talking about it? That should be on
How
ESPN.
are you guys sitting down right now? I just don't understand.
Yeah, you might see a chair behind me. There's no bottom. I'm literally in squat form.
Yeah, he's training for the Murph, guys.
Which we explained last episode.
Hey, relax. But he passed Leonidas, right? He became the most decorated Olympian ever. So, like, there's always these debates, like, who is the greatest athlete of all time? And a lot of people say Tom Brady because, 7 Super Bowls, 10 Super Bowl appearances, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I get it. How about we give more credit where credit's due, and we acknowledge and decorate Michael Phelps as the greatest athlete of all time, and no one will ever come compared to him, like close to him, besides Simone Biles, because she's getting there. I'm not gonna lie, she's getting there. All right, she's already got like the most Olympic medals of a female of all time, I'm pretty sure, and she's like a little older than us.
Yeah,
she's a little older than us. But how about we give credit where credit's due and acknowledge that Michael Phelps is the greatest athlete of all time right now with his like 20-something Olympic medals, where he is the most decorated Olympian ever. Could you imagine being able to say you're most decorated Olympian ever?
Could you imagine
how would you not be an asshole and the cockiest asshole to everyone every day?
Did you imagine being at that point and wanting more? Because I'm sure he is. Like, you know how because
he's done. He's retired.
I know, but like, even when you retire, I still feel like you had that, like, you have that feeling, like, if I would have kept going, could I have achieved more? Because like, I mean, that's like that feeling.
Is when he broke the record, he didn't just get a bronze or silver; he got gold to break the record.
Yeah, he fought for it.
So like, the man could have probably went to another 2 Olympics and got bronze,
silver. Yeah,
definitely. He probably could have got a gold in like the team event. I think
he went out high.
Michael Phelps, it might be it is the greatest athlete of all time right now.
Yeah, like overall.
Until someone passes him as most decorated Olympian ever. And I think Simone Biles can do it. Even though they halted this year's Summer Olympics, which kind of hurts her in a way.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Not this year's, but like it was this year's. It was 2020 in Beijing. Yeah. So that kind of hurt her a little bit. But yeah, Michael Phelps.
What a guy. Why doesn't he have gum? He have water?
Yeah, Subway with Jared.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Remember when Subway was an actual $5 footlong? And now it's like a footlong's like $12, and you're like, hey, what happened? And but they always still they also still have the commercials about a $5 footlong.
Well, because they like the McRib, like everything else, seasonal. They do $5 footlong stuff for limited times. And I don't understand
it's only the month of February. And you know why? February is the shortest month of the year.
And you know, if you walk into a Subway, tape measure in hand, not footlong. Not footlong. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's like not. Like it's. I can't remember. Like I was reading something about it. Like there was some their explanation for why it's like not a foot long. I mean, like you're baking bread, it's not going to be an exact unless you have them cut it to a foot long. But
it's true.
Yeah, bring back the $5 foot long all year round.
Yeah, like bring it back. You guys have more. You have the most restaurants in the world. You have more restaurants than McDonald's does. So like it's not like you guys are hurting. Okay, you can afford to bring back the $5 footlong.
Do you ever experience like when you go into a Subway, get your food, pay for it, leave, you smell like Subway the rest of the day?
Yeah, a little bit of odor.
It's like the Subway smell is not the smell you want to take around. It doesn't smell like subs.
It's like bread and meats.
Yeah, and it makes
with like a dash of onions or something,
It's like that all mixed. Like I I'm so glad I'm like
It's
never
weird because
worked
when
at
you
a
walk in,
Subway.
it doesn't smell terrible.
It's kind of a good smell when you walk in, and
But
it's
when
like
you walk out and someone smells you, they're like, dude, did you like shower the last week? Like, what the hell's wrong with you?
nah,
And you're
step
just like,
into a Subway.
you're like, I was in Subway, bro. And
Gotcha.
they're like, you can't do that before an interview.
Yeah, come on, man. You gotta be in and out of a Subway fast before it sticks
Jared,
to
this
you.
is the fourth time, bro. You've got to stop.
Gotta stop. They're too
Quit with
young.
the internet, bro. Isn't he still in jail from prison?
Probably. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, it definitely wasn't a
Just think, you
short
went
sentence.
from, all right, so a very fat man, right? At the last bottom. You won the Biggest Loser, right? Celebrity, you know? Like the main endorsement and sponsor of Subway. Like, can't get any higher. You know, remember his pants all the way out here? And then child pornography. Way down here,
Dude,
man. Like, this guy's career is ruined for
Fame gets to your head.
ever.
Like, it gets to your head. Like, I mean, that's why you see a lot of these like celebrities and stuff. Like, some of it's blown out of proportion, which I think fuels it a little bit because every moment of their life is being, especially like these child celebrities, every moment of their life is being, you know, projected for everyone to see, and every little small bad thing they do is blown out of proportion. You know, thrown onto TMZ, all that, and I think that kind of like plays like the role in like deteriorating like their mental health in a way. That's why you see like depression and stuff like very common.
Yeah.
in-
Suicide rates, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What are we at right now? How close are we?
We're at 56, so we still go for about another like
56.
10,
All right.
15. So
Yeah, we're gonna start wrapping up here soon.
not get anything too crazy.
Not get anything too crazy, you know. Not like last time.
No, the podcast ended at minute 12. Didn't go anything
minute
further past that.
13, right? Yeah, it didn't end at an hour 43 at all. I don't know.
Hour 47.
Hour 47. That's a lot. That's a long time. You know, and I'm glad we did edit it.
It was
Okay,
needed.
so we have to talk about, right? So, okay, guys, if you haven't noticed, I have a pop filter and a microphone,
Oh, I was gonna bring that
and
up.
a new laptop and a webcam, and also a ring light to make everything look better because a friend of mine that I used to work with, right? I mean, Adam Jensen, if you're listening or watching this, fuck you, but thank you. Okay. So the first episode, I shot and recorded. So I had bought this microphone in advance for it all, but unfortunately, like with my old laptop, the video quality just wasn't. It couldn't keep up, and so we couldn't do video because it would have looked like you were in a third world country trying to like get connection. And so then I shot everything on my iPhone, and
It looked
so like
good.
that
I mean,
I was surprised at how well episode 1 was shot on my iPhone and how the audio sounded. But I could tell that it was a little off. But like this man called me and we're talking about it. He's listening to the episode right now. He was like, he literally just looks at me and was like, you sound like a guest on your own show.
I laughed at that statement when you told me way longer than I should have, but it's like, and I definitely think that's a bit of an overstatement, but
It hurt because it
all right, you know what?
I knew it was real. It made sense. It hit close to home. Honestly, it was so hurtful. And then I don't know what, $750 later, we have a new laptop, webcam,
And you're
pop
looking
filter,
more handsome than ever, bro.
all this stuff. You know, I'm looking good. And yeah. So, fuck you, Adam.
Yeah, that's what I think we should spend the next 10 minutes talking about, like the last bit of episode, like reactions we got from the first. So one of the things that everybody loved was the little preview we put together. Literally just
Yes.
the Home Depot theme could not have
Yeah,
been the best
If you guys
thing we
didn't
stumbled
notice, yeah, if
across.
you didn't notice, in our highlight reel, if you listen close enough, I don't know if you don't have to listen close enough, you can listen and you hear pretty well. It starts off with the Home Depot part, and then Bailey goes, "You might just be unkillable," and it goes dun dun dun
It's
dun dun
perfect.
dun 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 dun.
We spent maybe 5 minutes looking for a song to put in the background of the preview. We hadn't even edited
Yeah,
yet,
let's make it sound better, you know.
and we were just going through. We found some decent ones that weren't so great, and then just, you know, you got that right sidebar on YouTube that just it'll get you into a rabbit hole if you're not
Recommendation
careful.
algorithm.
Algorithm. And just at one point, I just see Home Depot thing. Clicked it as a joke. Quickly realized,
It was it.
yeah. We didn't even say a single
And
word.
so not only
We just looked at
we're
each
gonna
other.
do
We knew.
Yeah, not only are we going to do highlight reels for every episode, but that is going to be included as our background music.
We're gonna run that
every,
joke as
every
long
highlight
as we
reel.
can.
It's going to be the longest bit in history, and it's going to be the greatest bit ever. And you guys are going to be a part of it.
I wouldn't be surprised. So, like, we talked about the Subway Jared guy. Are we the Home Depot guys?
That does. I don't want to be associated with Jared and Sub.
No, Home Depot. We'd be the Home Depot guys.
I know, but like like Jared Subway, like that didn't. There was a path that didn't go so well, and I don't want to be like.
Well, guess what? Anakin turned to the dark side, but after that, didn't happen again, did it? Or did it?
Are you? What is happening?
I don't know. It's a good, all right, good analogy. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Are you
No,
lost?
I'm lost right now. Like I know he turned to the dark side. It doesn't happen again, but like.
Basically saying we're gonna
Like
do things
Jared
different.
got hit for child pornography. Like it's not gonna happen again.
Us, we're not gonna do this. What I'm saying, we take what went wrong and make it better.
Okay. All right.
Right. Yeah, I definitely didn't mean for that to go into that much detail, but
Okay, let's go. What are some other reactions?
so we got the guest on your own show out of the
Yeah.
way. That one hurt. The funny one. This one's funny. It's kind of hurtful, but it's like, what was it? Podcasts are like, how to go again? Not everybody should have one. Like,
Yeah. So a friend of mine, had sent me an Instagram post and said, "Podcasts are like babies. They're too easy to create, and not everyone should have one." And he didn't say anything else. And I said, "Fuck you." And he said, "Hey, I didn't say anything. I just showed you the tweet." And that kind of hurt. But I feel like I like what we have going. I feel like it's not a bad podcast, and I think it's
Yeah.
going well.
and
But
always
also,
open suggestions too.
yeah, what made me happy was one of my friends from work. Her name's Heather, right? Heather, she sent me a video of her and her friend and their home. Like they ordered out food, and she got a video of them food. Her friend eating her food, and then she turns over to the TV, and guess what they're watching? They're watching Quantity Over Quality, episode 1. More is better on YouTube.
We are family night content.
My heart, man. I laughed so loud, but in the greatest way ever. Like it was just made me so happy, and it was great. And then a lot of my friends are like saying that they like our episode and stuff, and like they look forward to all this kind of stuff, and it's great. And we have merch, and they're all like, "Hey, we want to buy merch," and you guys should too.
Yeah, we're getting there, and
Hit
that's
us
the
up.
best. I definitely think we shoot for a general. We don't shoot for that one audience.
Yeah.
Obviously we cuss a little bit, so gotta cover the ears every once in a while. But I mean,
We shoot for more audiences because
more is better. Quantity over quality.
Quantity over quality.
See, I don't think there's not a point in our life that we can't just associate. That's why it is literally a life motto that take it to the day I die.
The day I die. Yeah. I think I wanted to turn that into a song right there.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
That one didn't, unfortunately. Yeah, well, I think we're really happy with how episode 1 turned out.
Oh yeah, just being kind of like on a whim.
This episode's already better. Granted, we're not drinking like as heavily as we did.
Yeah, that.
And we're kind of touching stories and talking more on them rather than just going all over the place, which is kind of nice at times, but like
we're hitting the place.
Yeah, we were all over the place episode on, but we're like talking about stories and then circling back to other stories and explaining things. I think it's going a lot better, and I'm excited.
We can only improve from here for sure.
We are hoping to start working on an intro song and an outro song here in the near future. So when we start the episode and stuff, you'll hear intro and outro song, and yeah, and what we'll include is it won't just be like a random song or something like that. It'll be like bits and pieces of like us talking, and we'll like mash it up into like a beat and a mix.
So if somebody's bored and they're really good at audio editing, and they want to make something, you send it in, you've got a guest spot.
Take some of our cuts, put it together, mash it up, and we'll play it on the show. We'll review it, we'll rate it, and we'll let you know if we like it. It'll be our intro, outro, and all that kind of stuff.
The first episode we use it, you're on. We'll have you on for at least a little bit. And just
say, hey, we're using this. We want you on the show. If you can make it, you can make it. If not, we'll get you on another episode.
Yeah.
And we might, if you put it together, we'll probably give you a free shirt. Who doesn't want a free shirt, right?
Yeah.
So make sure to give us a follow on Instagram at QOQ Podcast. Also, we're on Twitter too at QOQ Podcast.
We are.
Email us or Instagram DM us or whatever, all that stuff about your opinions about this conspiracies, who's your champion, anything else, or any suggestions you guys might have or things like that. And we'll try to get back to you as quickly as we can. And we hope to see you guys next week on episode 3 on Quantity Over Quality podcast with Bailey and Ethan. We look forward to seeing you guys. Have a good night, everyone.
Yep. Follow us.